All right, if you live in Georgia, you know what a nightmare figuring out health insurance can be. It's a lot. So we're going to talk about a name that you've probably heard a bunch, Kaiser Permanente. What does it always seem to pop up as one of the best? What's their secret sauce? Let's dig in and find out.
Okay, let me ask you something. Does this sound painfully familiar? You go to the doctor, you think everything's covered, right? And then, bam, a few weeks later, a bill arrives in the mail that is just completely baffling. That surprise, that frustration, that's exactly what we're getting into today.
You know, for so many of us, the whole healthcare system feels like this giant, confusing maze. So before we even think about solutions, let's just nail down the big problems. We're going to quickly hit on the three main headaches that people in Georgia run into over and over again.
First off, and this is a big one, you never know what anything is going to cost. That feeling of just dread, right? How are you supposed to plan or budget for your health when you have absolutely no clue what the final bill for a simple checkup or, a necessary procedure is going to be?
And then, the paperwork. The endless battle of the claims. When a claim gets held up or flat out denied, suddenly it's on you. You're not just dealing with the money part, you're now a part-time administrator, trying to sort out this mess.
And if you see a couple of different specialists, forget about it. You become the go-between. You're the one schlepping records from one office to another, trying to make sure everyone's on the same page because, let's be real, they're not talking to each other. And that can lead to some really serious gaps in your care.
Okay, so that's the mess we're often dealing with. But what if there's another way, a totally different approach to this whole thing? Well, according to the research we're looking at, there just might be.
And this quote really nails it. It says Kaiser is a top provider in Georgia because of its comprehensive approach and member-centric benefits. Okay, those are some nice buzzwords, but what do they actually mean for you on a regular Tuesday when you have to go to the doctor?
All right, so this brings us to the main event. What is the Kaiser model? What makes it so different from pretty much every other insurer out there?
The whole thing boils down to one big idea, the integrated care model. Now, stay with me. Just imagine for a second that your insurance company and your doctor's office weren't separate warring factions. What if they were on the same team, working together for you? That, right there, is the game changer.
So how does that actually help you? Well, it means your main doctor, your specialist, your pharmacist, they're all looking at the exact same chart in real time. Think about that. No more being the messenger, no more repeating your story 10 times. And get this, you can often get your lab work, your x-rays, and your prescriptions filled all under one roof. That is a massive time saver.
Okay, let's go back to those awful surprise bills we talked about at the beginning. Well, this model is built to kill that problem with something called cost transparency. The whole point is to get rid of the guesswork, so you know what you're paying before you get the bill.
So what does that look like in real life? It means your deductible is crystal clear. You know the number. Your copays for a doctor's visit or a test, they're predictable, flat rates. And because everyone is on the same system, the claims process is super smooth, which means, you guessed it, way fewer of those annoying denials and delays.
And it's not just about clear costs. The model is also designed to make your ongoing care, especially things like prescriptions, a lot more affordable.
And they do this in a few smart ways. First, they use tiered pricing for drugs, so you can save a bunch by choosing generics. Second, there's a huge emphasis on preventive care, your checkups, your screenings, which are often covered at no extra cost to you. They've also got mail-order pharmacies where you can get a 90-day supply of meds, which is a big money saver. And it all adds up to a predictable out-of-pocket max, so you know the most you'll ever have to pay in a year.
All right, let's talk about something we all care about in this day and age: convenience. And yeah, this system really leans into technology to make your life easier.
So what does that mean? It means you can literally have a video chat with your doctor from your couch. It means you can pull out your phone, open an app, and manage your appointments or refill a prescription. And if you have a question at 2 a.m., there's a 24/7 nurse advice line. It's all about making healthcare fit into your life, not the other way around.
Okay, so let's put it all together. How does this actually stack up against a more traditional insurance plan you might find in Georgia? Let's do a quick side-by-side.
This chart really lays it out. You can see with Kaiser, you get transparent costs and that integrated care model we talked about. With other insurers, it's often unclear, or the integration just isn't there. Same with prescriptions. They're designed to be affordable. Elsewhere, it really varies. And look at the focus on preventative care and the digital tools. Kaiser is listed as strong and advanced, while others can be pretty hit or miss. It really highlights the fundamental differences.
Okay, so that's a lot of information. The big question is, how do you know if this is actually the right fit for you? Well, the source material breaks it down into 3 simple steps to help you decide.
Step 1. Just look at your own life. What are your health needs? What prescriptions are you on? And since this model uses its own network of doctors, you'll definitely want to check if your doctors are in it. Step 2. Do the math. But don't just look at the monthly premium. You got to look at the whole picture. Deductibles, copays, the whole shebang. And finally, step 3. It might be a good idea to talk to a professional, someone who can help you see how this decision fits in with your overall financial goals, especially for retirement.
And really, it all boils down to this one big question, maybe the most important one of all. Is your health insurance actively working to keep you healthy? Or is it just there to pay some of the bills after you're already sick? That's the core choice here. Are you looking for a partner in your health or just a bill payer?
So if any of this sounds interesting and you want to see if this kind of plan could be the right move for you here in Georgia, there's a way to get more info. You can get a free consultation by visiting georgiasafretirementplanners.com, or you can just give them a call at 470-888-7233.